short, sweet live, because I was quite busy this morning. Right into the afternoon, I was ironing, because when you come from a busy weekend, I just need just to have some me time. So let us talk now. I'm speaking about how we should love, why we should love ourselves. Loving ourselves, we have to embrace self-love because it's the foundation of a happy and fulfilling life. Okay? So if you love yourself, that is something great. And loving yourself unconditionally is very important as well. You also have to find no accept yourself for who you are as well, because a lot of times we find like we seeking validation a lot of times from from the external validation from others, but we need to start to look inwards for validation. For example, sometimes you can feel like, oh, I am not good enough for certain things, and people will, why don't, what people might think of what I'm doing. I want to encourage you today. You cannot live your life based of people perspective or people opinion of you. You have to love yourself enough to know that it's okay to fail as well. You have to love yourself, that you have to make the right choices for yourself. You as well have to always remember that put you in front of the word you, self love, and get like get words like translate for each letter of the word love yourself, and recite it every day until you accept that this is who you are. And it doesn't matter what somebody else might say, or somebody else might have an opinion, or somebody else might say something about you. You know who you are. So even if somebody might have a different opinion of you, which you cannot really, you don't have to accept it. You can stop people from having an opinion of you. But at the end of the day, when you love yourself and you have that foundation, right, of embracing who you are, because you know who you are, and you're gonna live a happy and fulfilling life. And the most important thing is, like, when you know that your purpose as well, there is nothing for you to worry about. Loving ourselves meaning that we have to stop looking outside for external validation. We also have to take better care of our health as well, my beautiful. Let me I forgot to pause my phone. Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm coming back. I need to silence my phone. Yes, my beautiful people. Sorry about that. I had to silence my phone because I don't want the ringtone come in and I get copyright. As let me get back to the topic. Loving yourself, right? When you love yourself, right, you're gonna take care of yourself both internally and externally. You're gonna think more of your health, because I always say health is wealth. You have to take better care of your health, your body. I am not a big person. I always tell people to exercise and all these things, but like the gym part is not for me. But I always tell myself I do walking, going to school and back. That is like taking care of my health. Also, watch what I intake. A lot of times you have to realize as we get older, you understand when when you're in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, you have to think about better health. And sometimes the earlier you start is the better. So for example, if you are in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, you have to think of better health. You are more higher risk of diabetes as well, because as we get older, or Matabla busy. Oh, freaking hell. I'm trying to pronounce that word there. Listen to me. You all get the drift of what I'm saying. My metabolism, yes, my love. Sometimes I have to do that because I have tight tongue. Like sometimes when I'm trying to pronounce a word, I have to stop, pause, and bring up the word. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like that. You have to make sure that as well. We estrogen level go down. Also, there we get tired easily. All these things happen as you get older, and you understand when you hit the 30s, 40s, and 50s, all these things happen, right? So you have to know that when you love yourself, you have to prioritize your health is very important. Checking up regularly to go to your GP is very important. What you intake as well is very important. Taking your vitamins as well is very important, because loving yourself means you want better health, you want to live longer. So you have to think about taking your vitamin. Make sure that you do your regular checkup. For women, make sure that you do the mammogram and the pap smear. You understand? They call it a smear test over here. Make sure you do all these kinds of things, because let me tell you, early detection is very important. And for the men, like, a lot of men afraid to do that as well, because you know what happened, because that they had that stigma that you have to do it with your buttocks, but now they have, now that they are doing blood tests. So make sure that prostate cancer is very on the rise as well, especially for men, because a lot of men always say, oh, I don't want to go doctor, I want a doctor touch me up or whatever. You understand? They have this, but then now they have blood tests that they do to detect if you have it. Early detection is very important. If you have these signs, right? This is taken from the NHS website. Like, if you feel like if you are peeing as men and you are burning, I'm talking about better health, because I'm talking about loving yourself. So I'm talking about the tips of better health. So I'm speaking about men now, right? Better health. Make sure that if you feel like you're burning, like when you are urinating, go and see. If you are passing blood, go to your GP. As women, always check your up here, make sure that you do the regular checkup as well. And when your screaming test is take in the Caribbean, they say pap smear, but here they say screaming test, right? When you smear test, when you are due for one, ladies, please go and take it. Don't delay it. And sometimes if you feel like something is wrong down there and you don't feel like, it's never, make sure go and do that, because better health, when you love yourself, you're gonna make sure check upon your health. A lot of times we are afraid, we wait until it gone too far, and then sometimes we will put other things in place, like we'll prioritize our life and we'll put other things in place. But if you love yourself, make sure check upon your health, because health is wealth as well. Okay. You have to have healthier relationship. You are healthy, you have to love yourself, right? And you have to put like certain things in place that you already at this comfort level in your life, this foundation you have set, and you are fulfilling, you are happy, your well-being, everything, right? And you love yourself unconditionally. So you have to think about like things like healthier, like you have more healthier relationship, so that will start to build. When you love yourself, you will get healthier, more relationship. You see, when you have certain things that make sure that you subscribe if you are new here, and thumbs up the live streaming, share it with someone as well who will be interested in this live streaming as well. So make sure that you do that as well. You will get healthier relationship, because when you love yourself, and you are, whether a friendship, put on it, or whatever relationship you're gonna they will see how much you love yourself, right? And they will see, okay, she's a strong person, she know what she wants. And so when I go in, when I put myself there, she already know what she wants. So it will be easier for you with a healthy relationship. You have to have boundaries as well in a healthy relationship. Meaning, say that you have to set them. Love yourself and set these things. Not accept disrespect. You understand? Love yourself, not to accept disrespect. Don't accept abusive behavior, whether verbally or physical as well. Loving yourself, meaning that sometimes you have to walk away from situation in order to protect your peace. Loving yourself, meaning you have to have high standard for yourself. No mean say you're gonna look down on nobody, because no one is better than anyone. But setting high standard, meaning that you are not gonna let somebody belittle you. You're not gonna make somebody feel like you are beneath them. Setting high standard, meaning that you value yourself, you know your self-worth. You have to put all these things into place. When you love yourself, when you are in a relationship, a friendship, or anything, you understand, you will realize, like, even if these things end, because nothing is forever. Because sometimes young people can't live forever. Some people relationship can last forever. You don't know what can happen in a blink of an eye. So, for example, if you're in a relationship or a friendship, somebody can just wake up today and decide, like, I had enough of this relationship and this friendship, and I need to just get out. So you have to take these things into consideration as well. Know that nothing is forever. Always leave room for disappointment. Don't always say, oh, you never expect. I always tell myself, I expect the unexpected. I don't give people put full 100% and say, oh, I don't expect this from this person, or I expect this person. Listen, we are human beings, so always expect the unexpected. Don't feel like when something happen, that mean that you're gonna be shocked. I don't get shocked anymore because I realize like I've placed people where they're supposed to be in my life, and I realize like I love myself enough to know that what's good for me, what's best for me. I don't need somebody else to come and tell me what's best. That is where a lot of you go wrong. When you love yourself, you have to know what's best for you. A lot of times people say, oh, but you know, somebody else can have an opinion, and they can say, yes, they can have an opinion, but should you take it? No. If you take everybody's opinion, place them in your life, do what they say, that is what you call, you are giving them control and power over your life. So you don't, if you love yourself enough, you have to control your own life. You have to stay your own shape. Even if you have tug along somebody with you, they have to know, like, this is what I accept and this is what I will not accept. When you love yourself, right, you will not seek validation from others. You will always have this you will always have high expectation for yourself. So even if somebody do not think highly of you, always think highly of yourself. That is why it's very important for you to acknowledge these things and also put them into practice. Don't say it and don't take action. Always set boundaries in your life. You love yourself, you have to set boundaries. And you also, peace is very important to me at this time in my life. I always tell myself like I don't mind conversating with people, but you see, when it comes to time, I value my time, and you have to realize when you come in, because I love myself, my time is very precious to me. So if I give you 5 minutes out of my time, you understand, or 5 minutes out of my day, or 10 minutes, remember, say you have to value that. You understand? That is why I will always come and say thank you all for supporting me. Thank you for loving me, and thank you for giving me a time. Time is very precious to me, and it's also precious to you all. So when you love yourself, you have to prioritize your time. You have to say, oh, I can give her 5 minutes. I can give that other person the 5 minutes, because it's 24 hours in a day. And you make sure that you always make time for yourself. You know what happened? I realized like I used to make time for everybody. You understand? And I realized like when I came to this country, I had to put myself first, and realize like my time I was giving everybody, they was not reciprocating the same thing. They only will only contact you when they are in a situation, or if something happened, they want to come and talk, or if they want to get in your personal agenda, your life. You understand? They want to get in contact with you. So me loving myself, I put a lot of boundaries. Like my wall is very high. It will be very hard for you to climb over there. You understand? Because it's very high wall, higher than the Gibraltar wall. It's high, and it's not easy to break down. And the meaning, metaphorically speaking, and it's to break down because I don't give people that power. I'm not an easy pushover. There is things I will say, which I don't mind saying it, but there is things I keep dear to my heart I will not even say. When it comes to my relationship, I'm not gonna call anybody and discuss it. The reason being, when you love yourself, you don't want to create problem in your life, unnecessary problem and drama in your life. So sometimes the best thing is to lock your mouth and try and work out your situation with your other half, your in your friendship. You have a issue with a friend, don't come on social media and open out your dirty laundry, as we say, and open your mouth. Pick up the phone. Say, listen to me. When do you think is a great time for us to meet up and discuss it? The best thing is to meet up in person, because let me tell you something. When you're on the phone and the heated conversation come up, you will say things that you will regret later. But when you're standing in front of a person, you will think twice before you utter words, hurtful words, or say hurtful thing to the person. So when you love yourself, you will have that level of respect for yourself, so you can pass it on to somebody else. You will have that conversation face to face. I always said I don't believe people who gonna call me on the phone and tell me, oh, I love you, or oh, I care for you, or oh, I will. No, listen to me. When you're behind the phone, you can say anything. It's just like on text. People can type anything or say anything, but does they really genuinely mean it? I know sometimes some people can genuinely mean it, but I always want to say, like, a face conversation, if possible, make sure have that. And don't always take people word when they talk on the phone or write a thing and say people can write anything and does not mean it. I can be writing and I can be sending, I can be laughing and making fun of and writing and make you feel like you can't see me behind the screen. But when you're in front of me and I'm looking you straight in the eyes and you're speaking to me, I can know that, like, yeah, what you are saying makes sense. Or if you are saying something that doesn't make sense, I am looking you straight in the eye. We are conversating. There is no need for you to try to escape what I'm saying. You are live and direct in my face. That I always believe, like, when I'm going to solve something or we are going to have a conversation, if we have like a conflict or something, I rather speak to you in person. I don't believe in this texting and over the phone business, because a lot of time people get irritated. People say anything. People will say something to hurt you, and then next day they call up on the phone and apologize. Listen to me. Me not work with that enough. I love myself enough to know that, yes, if I call you and you're loud up your mouth, me not say you're toxic. Me, I tell you, say, listen to me. It was nice knowing you for the period, but I think I need to exit because I feel like you are draining me. You understand? You are draining me, and I don't feel like the energy that you are giving off is like it's a good energy. So I think we need to part ways. That is me. If you feel offended by me speaking my truth, then that's up to you. That is all that I say. I rather have one person or two person in my circle than have 10 people around me and them not make no sense. You know, sometimes you can be doing something wrong, right? And you just ask them, and you will ask the person them in your circle, what do you think of this? Instead of, let's say, like, you already have that opinion within yourself because you love yourself. You already know that what you say now, what you're doing is wrong. You already know that as an individual, but you're just asking them that to see how they will react. And if you see that they're coming up and they're going down a negative route, if they say start to uplift you, rise you up and say, oh, you need to stop talk such ill about yourself. This is what you need to do. You need to be more positive, have a more positive mindset, have have words, speak more words of life into your life instead of degrading and downplaying you. And you will see how much important that can make benefit you in your life. These are the people you have to. And if you see, like I always say, like, if I cannot talk to you, like, people feel like you having somebody on the phone talking for them long hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, like that feel like, oh yeah, that's a friendship, but the person they love you. No, you see the people that you talk to less and the people that you talk to once in a while, but they still have your back. And if they see you, it's just like you and them meet every day. These are the kind of people I need in my life. And I always say, like, I am not a person like to rush, and I don't want to have a big contingent because minister me I run no I'm not running a business. I'm not running for parliament. I'm not running for I don't need that whole delegation. I just need one person in my corner. Right now my hobby is in my corner, and that is who I talk to. If I have a problem situation, something I feel like, say, oh, I'll talk to him. If I could solve it on my own, I solve it on my own. That is what my thing is. And when it comes to anything personal, I rather speak to him and say, what do you think of that? I don't gonna call no friend. I'm not gonna call no family members, because listen to me, they can be your worst nightmare. And because I love myself, I don't like the drama. I like to cut people off and cut them off, wish them well and cut them off. So me, I love myself and I love my own company, and I enjoy my peace of mind at this stage in my life, at this age. I love my peace of mind. Me can't take on no stress. Me can't take on drama. The little slight of things right now is like I will be very itchy. So to take on somebody else's problem and somebody else's situation, no. And I always say people will speculate when they don't know what's happening in your life. People will speculate and they will have their own opinion and about you, but they don't know. And I love that about me. I have put these boundaries in place and I have lived by them, and I am not going to change it for no one, because I said my peace is very important and my business now go out. So No, my love. You see, thing I don't care about, I'm gonna share it on the internet. I'm gonna share it. But you see, things I hold, I'm not gonna share it. Because let me tell you something, these things are called blueprint. Once they're on the internet, it cannot erase. It cannot erase. It is there, and years to come, it's still there. So listen to me, my beautiful viewers and subscribers. Please be mindful of the things you see on social media. Be mind think before you speak, and also think about the impact you're gonna make on your life, and also if you have children, what the impact you're gonna have on your children mostly, and also your other half. You understand? But always remember, think of the impact it's going to have on you. Because when these things happen in your life, you can't change it. Love yourself enough to know that you are very important. Value yourself. A lot of times we don't value ourselves enough. And valuing yourself do not mean that you have to doesn't mean monetary, put a price tag on your life. That's where a lot of people get it mixed up. When you start to label yourself like food and I put price tag on yourself, my love, you is no better than people who are dance on the pool. Don't do that. You're not a stripper where you put price on yourself for. No, the value you have to put on yourself is the value of your life. That is the value of your life. The way the what brings happiness, what make you fulfilled. These are the things I'm talking about value. Knowing that you're not supposed to take disrespect from nobody. You understand? That is how you value yourself. Value yourself to know that you're not poor. Nobody not supposed to hold you and beat you up. You understand? No, don't. And when you value yourself, you don't take insult and laugh. When you value yourself, you're gonna ask yourself like, why is it I am just being laid back and just let people walk over me? When you value yourself, you know you have that self-worth within you. Also, your confidence level have to be top notch as well, and your self-esteem. Don't bow to no pressure, no bow to nobody, because at the end of the day, it's all about you and the way you're gonna live your life. Thank you all for listening, and thank you all for stopping by. And I see beautiful people in the next one. I'm going to head out now to do the school one. Thank you all. And I see beautiful people Wednesday when we're going to talk on another topic. I wish the live stream would have been longer today, but I was busy ironing. So, yeah, that's the reason why. Thank you all. And I'll see you beautiful people in the next one. Bye.